Well, my name is, my initiated name is Rangavali, and that means maidservant of the gopis of Vrindavan. I live in La Crosse, Florida. I lived in California for 30 years and went to Poland and ended up in Alachua in La Crosse. I have 3 daughters, 21, 15, and 9. And right now my 15-year-old is a real challenge. She's normal. Let's see. My husband's name is Raja Kumar. We've known each other on and off for the last 20 years and just sort of hooked up about 5 years ago. And I love it here. I think I found a little piece of paradise. And then my husband and son were killed in a car accident together. And it rocked my world. My whole world being fell apart. I went crazy, nuts. And I quit religion. I quit God. God didn't quit me. I quit God. I stopped. And I became a holy terror. I didn't care. I had a death wish. As survivors go, I see that now. And I also suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. I went along in life like a puppet. I didn't care. I really didn't care. And I got involved with the Hells Angels. And I got married to a Hells Angel. And it was an interesting life. He was probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. He had quite a few businesses, properties. Became pregnant, had a daughter, and woke up. And then I left him and I moved to Marin County. Bartended, was raising my daughter, had a house, and I met this guy who was strung out on heroin, and he pursued me, and we ended up being together and getting married, having 2 children, and getting clean and sober, and having a really pretty good life. And I got in touch with God, and I joined the Catholic Church. I went through a year, you have to go through a year program, and got married in the Catholic Church. Had 350 people at my wedding, just really got involved, really immersed. And my husband started using again. And he became abusive to my older daughter, the one that wasn't his. And it wasn't acceptable. And he had owned this house before I married him, but my name was on the deed, and I was the one that always worked. And I called him trustafarians. He was born into money and never worked. And that's my word for it. And in Marin County, California, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of trustafarians. And we split up. I made him leave, and he was angry because he got kicked out of his house, but he touched my daughter, and it wasn't okay. But I fought for my children. I'd go to court, I show up my court dates. I fought. I ended up going through a recovery process. I lived in a little tent on a hill, would go to these day meetings every day, was clean and sober again, got a place in the ghetto. The county helped me get a place in this really horrible neighborhood, especially if you're in recovery. And my boyfriend, we had come to know each other on the street, but we had known each other 20 years before, when he had money and I had money, and he was kind of one of those trustafarians, but his money he got exploited by an accountant. And when I was on the street, he helped me. He brought me socks, he brought me food, and we hooked up. Well, we're in Marin City, California, in the ghetto, trying to live. He doesn't want to get clean. I want to get clean, and I'm worried about him because I'm going to leave. So I found out he had this brother that was a Swami. I didn't know what a Swami was. And, he couldn't figure out what his name was. It was Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. And it's real hard to spell that when you're loaded. You can't figure out how to spell Indradyumna Swami. So we tried to find him on the internet. And finally one night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I found him. And I emailed him and told him that his brother was suicidal that I was his girlfriend and I wanted out. And I had to take my children, but I couldn't just leave them because, I loved him. He was my best friend. Within 2 hours, I had an email back from Poland from his brother thanking me, telling me I'm an angel. He's been looking for his brother for 10 years. Couldn't find him, thought he was dead, had a private detective looking for him. But, when you're on the street, nobody can find you if you don't want to be found. It's a whole different society. And within 5 weeks, we were in Poland with the devotees. We got passports. We got expedited all this stuff. Maharaj brought us, not knowing me, not knowing my children, he knew that my husband would not come without us. He didn't want to go anyway. He was real resistant. And I told him that I was going, this is my way out of the ghetto. This is my ticket out with my kids. I'm going. And I know once I get there, my life's going to change. I had a feeling that this man held a key to something I've been looking for all my life. But my daughter gets off the plane and she sees these guys dressed in their dhotis and she goes, "Oh, Mom, what have you done?" And I go, "What?" She goes, "They got dresses on. What are we going to do?" I swear, it was hysterical. It was funny. And I'm going, "Oh, what have I done? What have I done?" And it took a matter of hours for us to go into this world where in the Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, it talks about dancing and chanting and how it's a party, it's a festival every day. Well, that's what we lived in Poland for 4 weeks. And the devotees just loved us whole.